Hey everyone, welcome to a new series here on Lucklight Plays. We're starting a new game called Brainlord that was created by Enix before Enix became fused with Squaresoft to become Square Enix. They were just Enix at the time. And this was made in 1994, pretty much right around the beginning of the Super Nintendo. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's create our character here. I have no preference to this guy's name, so let's go with that. Before you go, tell me about a dragon. Dragon Warrior. Gee, I wonder if being created by Enix made that one happen. One day everybody fought. Alright, so your main character's dad is a dragon warrior. He's looking for a dragon. Obviously probably didn't find the dragon. I've never heard this music before in my life. Yeah, okay, it is my intro theme. But he, Tower of Light. There's a lot of exposition going on here. Don't worry, I don't walk that slow once the game starts. Alright, there we go. Warrior Sorcerers Wanted. Defeat the monsters around the highway, travel to the Tower of Light, where the dragon lives. Find and bring back dragon scales. So, this guy's been searching for dragons for all his life, and everybody apparently just knows there's a dragon up here. Warriors, swordsmen, soldiers, sorcerers, mercenaries, others experienced. Please let Marlon Brando. Alright. I'm sure it will. Originally worked for the gods. I kind of, scrubbed their counters and... Anyway. How about a one of these? Yeah, sure. And my character sounds freaking out. Anyway. Alright, I'm at full life, so I don't need that. But I will save. Up the stairs. Let's start exploring the town. So actually, let me give you a good basis of what we're dealing with here. We have our items here, which is weapon, armor, helmet. That's all I got. And you have limited inventory, but it's a pretty big inventory, so Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Magic, I don't have any magic yet. Configuration, keep it on fast for text, and that can change our buttons. How do I get out of there without messing with that? Alright. Our status, 6 hit points, whoopee. 2 power, 1 guard, and then what our weapons and armor give us. You don't actually... Ooh. You actually, the return button is if you get stuck in a puzzle and you can't get out. Okay. But you actually don't level up in this game. You can find items that will increase your stats, but that's about it. Whatever, kid. And buttons here, you can jump. You can attack. You can do this a little bit of platforming, and by little I kind of mean a lot. Guess I walked in on her. My name is Meester. I have a big keister. No, sorry. I'm a travel agent. Alright, fairies. Fairies do level up. Fairies you can use to provide different kind of stats and abilities. And they'll tell you what it does when you try to buy it. So, as you level up the Deceased Jade, if you die, it'll revive you, costing itself 1 level. So if you level it up to max, then you have pretty much 20 lives. Alright, the attack power one, which is very useful. I obviously don't have enough money for it. Lightning one, it like kind of zooms in on everything, on the enemies and starts shocking them. Water Jade shoots like water balls. And the Anger Jade, it zooms in on the enemy and starts just bashing them. Now these are pretty expensive, so I'm going to need a lot more gold to buy those. But eventually I want them all. Anyway, let's explore the town a little bit. Yes, I have. Yeah, it's very convenient. Excuse me, I must cough. Alright. I'm kind of a little bit under the weather. I think it's the winter. So my throat has not been the best. Well, get back to work. Okay, who's round? Sure. Who's round? I never met a round. Monsters. I wonder if I swipe at them, money will fall out of them. It also looks like I'm not wearing any shoes. I don't know why. Their dragon scales, breeze putting here. I'll buy them for 10,000 each. Oh no, monsters. Alright, this person sells us magic. Yeah, have different forms of magic here. You got a slow spell, rebound, an impulse, and a shield. And we don't have any money for any of this either. 8,000. 7,000. I think I can buy the slow spell. Yeah. There we go. Used all my money. And the way spells work is, you hold the attack button down, and you can charge it up. And, that little... If there was actual monsters, that would have, slowed them down. It's not super useful, but it's useful. Well, I can't buy an axe because the weapon shop guy doesn't sell anything right now. Alright, so here's all your usual items. You got food items, which will restore hit points. You have your warp gate that will restore you back to town. I think these are antidote and paralyze herbs, and then these things which will temporarily raise your defense and your attack power. We have no money, so we just used it on the slow spell, so we'll have to deal with that. And down here is the actual weaponsmith guy. He's all sold out. You know, what's the point of standing at a counter as a weaponsmith, as a weapon store guy? Standing at your counter going, yeah, I'm out. Wouldn't you just close the store? Wouldn't you just, like, walk away, maybe do something else? Find another way to get money. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll clean the rats out of your attic, which is a typical first quest on any game. You just basically swing at them. And they're dropping money for some reason. And I slowed them down. There we go. And I found a buckler. And a scrap of paper. Woo! Alright, so the buckler. The way shields work is every time you block, the number on the shield will go down, and when it goes to 0, it breaks, and then you have to get a new one. So, that'll last me maybe like a little bit. Let's see what the scrap paper says. Went round to a tower of light, divided into 4 parts. Found a hidden staircase for the floor, that room. Sealed up the fairy source. You know, back in the day I never knew what that meant. And I never knew that that existed. I just found it by accident one time. You'll see. I'll point it out. Anyway, I think we're done here with the town, I believe. Yep. Let's hop over here. Okay, here we go. So, these guys aren't that tough, they just try to come at you and stab you. But your sword has such a high range that they really don't have to get anywhere near you. And each one drops 200, so I may, in between episodes, fight a bunch and get some good fairies before I continue. It's a little bit time consuming, but hey, it's worth it. I think that's kind of what they want you to do anyway. So, into this house. Creepy house. It's filled with eyeball guys. I think they hit my shield. Yeah, they did. Found a Crimson Jade. I can name the fairy inside the jade, but I don't wanna. And I found a heart. Let me show you what the heart does. Think Legend of Zelda. It increases your maximum health by 1. That's how you get more hit points. As for the jade, I'm actually going to move it down to the bottom slots, just to sort, just to keep everything organized, and pop out the fairy. So I'm gonna have this little doobie follow me around for a while, and it'll shoot fireballs at the enemy, just like that. And the way it gets stronger is my shield's getting beat up, so I'm gonna turn off for now. No, I don't want to drop it. I just want to unequip it. I'm gonna unequip it for now because I'm doing a bit of quote-unquote leveling up in terms of money. I'm gonna buy some better spells, and these guys drop health anyway. Some of them. Yeah, it's not too hard to gain enough money to buy things that you really need. Items and food and various other things, but sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I played this a few times. This time I'm going to, that way we're all situated and we don't have to do it later on. And all the enemies kind of come back, so... The sword is the weakest weapon here right now. You do get other weapons that aren't a sword. You can get an axe, which has like a really, really short range. This one is kind of garbage. I don't use it. Even though it has high attack power, it's just very, very low range. Like you just kind of swing in front of you like a goofball. You can get a boomerang, which has very high range but less attack power. Which I personally love that one because I can always just jack up my attack power using a fairy, the fairy that gives you attack power, which I'm gonna go buy. It's kind of the one I want. And you know, I can always just do that. You can get a Morning Star. That's a fun weapon. It's you just shoot a ball out in front of you, and you can actually twist. You can actually use the control pad to like rotate it around your head a few times if you time it right. So you do this kind of like funny like swing in the chain moment. I didn't find that very useful, but it's... I guess it's okay. I've seen them getting beat up quite a bit here. I need to buy some spells. Do some more long-range stuff. Let's go back to town. Oop. And I died. There you go. That's dying. And you just go back to town with half your money. So, well, at least I showed you that, I guess. Anyway, back out. Back out into the breach. Usually the best way to kill him is get him like in a corner, like not exactly in front of you, not exactly behind you, and just swing from the corner. But I was apparently just playing like garbage today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be doing this for a little bit. I'm gonna buy the Impulse spell because it's pretty strong. And I mean, you do get a normal spell like right off the bat called Magic Shot, which is like a short charge, and it's just like a little beam. Like I guess think like Legend of Zelda, like shooting your sword out, but not in that shape, obviously. It's more of a like a bullet. It's like a little bullet. But these guys seem to take more damage and give you less money, so screw them. But the Impulse spell, it has a higher charge, but it hits really hard, so I'm gonna buy that. And I'm probably gonna pick up the attack power fairy. You can have two fairies out at the same time, so Fireball and attack. Now that blue orb that just dropped, that was a fairy orb. What that does is that gives experience points to our... Come on, push the right button here. To our fairy. And 2 more of those will level it up to level 2 and increase its power. Or Powie, as it's written there. So there are going to be points where if I level this thing up high enough, if I find enough orbs, that I can have the Ifrits kill these guys in one hit. Oop. Ah, get away from me. So I do have enough for Impulse. I'm gonna build up some more. I'll show you where the Tower of Light is. It's pretty much a straightforward path. Ooh, found an apple. That will give me 3 hit points if I use it. Hop up here. Another fairy orb. Now there's in the second dungeon, not this dungeon, but the next one, there is a room that every time you enter and leave, there's a monster that drops a fairy orb, so you can pretty much grind your fairies there. You know what this big thing is? I bet it's a save point. If I said no, then yeah, you would have told me that. It's a save point. Alright, so the first floor is basically just fighting skulls. Bouncy skulls. It gives you 100 gold each. I don't think they drop items either, so... Oop, ah! Try not to die again. And now I got a skeleton. The way the skeleton works, maybe slow wasn't the best of spells to use on him. You hit it, it falls down, then it gets back up. I'm gonna keep doing that. But slow made it slow to get up, so it just kind of wasted time. Anyway, I'm gonna head back and buy some stuff. Now, what I do have to explain about this game, we haven't run into it yet, obviously, because we just started, but this is not just an action RPG, but more of a puzzle RPG. There's a lot of puzzles in this game, and some of them are very convoluted. And there's only like 5 or 6 dungeons in the entire game, but they're all mazes. They'll take a long time to finish up. The game's not too long. I may finish it relatively quickly in terms of 25-minute episodes, but it's figuring out the puzzles that usually made the game longer. sometimes you'd be sitting there for a good amount of time trying to figure out what the heck it's, how the hell you open a door, or what button to push. Because it usually involves, like, it involves a lot of pushing rocks, I'll admit. Because everybody loves rock puzzles. But, this game actually, you know, came at a time when that wasn't too common. So, I'm not going to say it paved the way, because I don't think this game really paved the way for anything. It was just kind of a, it existed but no one really cared kind of RPG. I mean, it's not a bad game at all. It's just, kind of fell under the radar. So. Didn't pave the way for anything. But it existed. So anyway, I'm going to continue building up my money and buying a few things, so I'll show you what I buy. Or maybe I'll just buy it on the next episode, I don't know. So, hope you come back for the next one, and then we'll start the mission proper, heading into the tower. So, hope you come back for that. My name is Lucklight, thank you for watching, and have a good one.